I'm Shannon Mangum. Come on in. Welcome to my home. So when we bought this townhome, we were downsizing from quite a much bigger place, and it looked very different when we bought it. There were walls everywhere, and the stairway was different, and the ceilings were different, everything. We did a full gut, which took a full year, and we have loved living here. So let me show you some of the fun things that we did. So when we built this space, I had my art in mind, and I specifically wanted to put different pieces in different places. And so in the kitchen, this is a piece that I painted. It's a watercolor. When I was in Palm Springs, I went to an outdoor food market, and the food was so beautiful and the colors were so pretty. I took some pictures and I was like, I have to paint this. This is another picture of the same place, but more of a close-up of the artichokes. When we built this place, I wanted the main palette in the back to be black and white, but with pops of color. And being an artist, when I walk into a home that's muted tones and it's a lot of white, I think it's very peaceful, but after a while, I kind of am like, I need my color. So you will see lots of color here and there. And also it's a great background to add lots of different things. So when Darren and I got married, our wedding colors were green and navy blue. And Darren is filming right now, and I'm looking at what he's wearing, and he is wearing green and navy blue. It's funny because people will often ask us if we color coordinate our clothes before we leave the house, and we don't. I swear we don't. But we are so in line with the things that we like, that we come out of the closets looking so similar. And I'm talking like blue and white striped pants with a pink shirt. That's random, right? So anyways, we've got blue tile, horizontal tile with the vertical stack, and then the green oven. I can't get enough of my blue and green. So let me take you over to an area where I spend my mornings. And this is my art studio area. It's just an extension of the kitchen. And when we built this place, I was like, okay, I need my creative space because that's gonna be a big deal. And all of this cabinetry right here was already here. The front, the face of the cabinets were different, but I loved all of the different varied shapes and how it was put together. And it's awesome because for art, everything stacks in there really nicely. And then all of this space is just art supplies. Artists have so much stuff. When we saw this chair, we were both like, oh, we love that fabric. And it's getting so old, the metal is popping out, and I'm like hesitating on getting it reupholstered because I just love this fabric so much. Hopefully I can find something I love just as much. This is a very special place, and this is where I paint. This is a new addition. I got rid of my sewing machine about 10 years ago, and I have missed that convenience of having something to alter small items. I'm not a seamstress. I'm not sewing a garment, but I am a mender. So anyways, I just got this. Hopefully it'll do the job. So what we did that was kind of unique, we pulled all of the ceiling off, and all of this plumbing that you see in the ceiling was not here before. We did an addition upstairs. We moved bathrooms around, and we wanted all of the plumbing exposed because we just think it's fun to look at. And then we also, because we're dealing with lower ceilings, it gives us almost another foot. So fun little feature. And then these festive lights, people will walk in here and say, oh, there's so much light in this place, but a lot of it is light that we have brought in. And these same lights in the evening carry on through the courtyard, which is a nice feature. I have fun little elements that add a little bit of flair and uniqueness, and this is something I really love to use in the holiday season to decorate and hang things from. This was my first acrylic painting ever. I did it with a knife, and it is still one of my favorites. And it was very loose, and I just love it, so I'm keeping it. A lot of our art in our homes are places that we have traveled that either my husband has taken a picture of or I've taken a picture, and we just want to remember the moment. Our first time to Copenhagen, this is on that main, and I'm not sure the name of the street, but the channel runs through there, and my daughter's name was on this boat. So my husband took this picture and he was like, "You have to paint this." Oh my gosh, that's a beautiful picture. That's a million windows. And for watercolor, it was a lot. It took me a long time, but it's one of our family favorites. This is a new piece that we just bought, and this is by the artist Eric Jensen. He takes all of these old keyboard keys and he dyes them so you can still see the letters, and then he creates this really cool piece of art. This one is the rainbow arch that's in southern Utah, so it's a really pretty piece. This is my husband's favorite piece. When we went to France the very first time, we walked down this little cute street, Rue Claire, and we just both kind of fell in love with it. From that experience, I painted this, and this is one of his favorite paintings. These are from our experience when we went to Venice, also watercolors. These two tiles are from Portugal when we lived there for a short time, and they're from the mid-1700s, so it's very special to us. So some paintings you just don't want to give away. You just, as an artist, you just go, "Oh, I just love it." And this is one that I did about a year ago, and when I took this photograph, it was at a friend's cabin, and it was this snowy, quiet, muffled morning, the kind of morning you can get when it's cold and there's snow, and everything is just quiet and has kind of a crunch and a cold and a stillness to it. I saw this tree next door, and I had to paint this tree, and I'm not sure I want to sell this one. I've been holding on to it for the last year. All of these trunks house all of my holiday decorations. I have Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas in these trunks. I don't think Easter's in here. No, it's not. I don't have to climb into a garage or pull things out of an attic, just right here. And I've taken these trunks with me. Gosh, we bought these trunks, Darren and I did, when we were first married, going antique shopping. So they're 30 years plus old, and this bottom, this one, I think it's this one, has White Star Line, the same cruise line as the Titanic. It wasn't on the Titanic, but the same cruise line. Even if you don't have a fireplace, it's just fun to have a mantle. This one was made from a gentleman that I found up in Salt Lake City. He took apart old bowling alleys and then he made really fun pieces out of them. This is a very special piece to our family. My great-grandfather was the water commissioner for the state of Wyoming back in the early 1900s. He had a huge 100,000-acre cattle ranch right at the base of the Tetons. His ranch was Pitchfork Ranch. This was one of the irons they used to brand the cattle. I don't know how I ended up with it. I think if my family knew, they would want it, but I just treasure it, and I'm super grateful that I have it. Typically, people will often just do a straight shelf. When my carpenter was getting ready to do these shelves, he said, "How do you want them configured?" And I said, "Well, I want it interesting. I want it to have a climb appearance. So you feel like your eye, when it's a stair, your eye goes like this. It gives me space to add fun pieces of art. It's really fun to decorate for the holidays." And these things, I mean, they're on there. This piece right here, I painted. I got up in the middle of the night when I was pregnant with my now 25-year-old daughter, and I just couldn't sleep because I was so uncomfortable. These are some of my first watercolor pieces. These three right here are from the Cotswolds in England, and these two, this one and this one, are of Key West, and the water and the shadows were just so fun and beautiful. I had to paint them. Recently, we had an earthquake in Utah, and this painting, which was at the top up here, came crashing down. And thankfully, the picture itself didn't get damaged, just just the frame. Another fun little feature, we found this at an antique store and I rewired it, and then I had my electrician hardwired into the wall, and it's just fun to turn on the letter M every day. When I saw this door, I have to have this door, and they told me that that door had been sitting in their showroom for a very long time, and they said it's going to take a very special and unique house for this door, and they call this door the Palm Springs door. And I saw it and I absolutely loved it, and I had to have it. I love sitting down there and seeing this bright yellow fun pop of color up at the top of the stairs. This is another painting from Bath, England, and Darren and I were on a walk, and there's a canal that runs through Bath. Just took this fun picture and then created a memory through my watercolors. So this painting right here is a winter scene that also has that moody feel to it, and it's going to be going into a gallery. Just haven't been able to get rid of it quite yet. I like to just enjoy them for a little bit. This leads into a bathroom that's kind of fun. This door is another door that I bought that had just kind of a uniqueness to it, and I tied the same color from this light in the foyer into this, and I believe this is a mahogany and a maple, and I think it's a fun piece just to walk in and immediately see. So my girlfriend and I, we were in California at this antique store, and we went down into the basement, and she spotted this large garbage can with all these planks of wood, and my husband Darren loves to sail. It's become like a family favorite, and she's like, I feel like you have to do something with these planks because they came off old sailboats. And so I took them back and we created a vanity top for the sink, and I think it turned out really well. And this is a copper candy pot that came from across the plains from back east to Utah. I've been told it was around the mid-1800s. But all of that aside, when people come into this cute little bathroom, what they always focus on is the colorful toilet paper. So there you go. As Darren and I travel, something that I like to do is just pick up a little special rock, and I'll put it in a little bag and label it, and then when I bring it back, I stick it on this board. And now I have more rocks than fit on this. I feel like I need to add another mat, but all these places, from the Dead Sea to the pyramids to the home that I grew up at, and then it's all centered around the road not taken by Robert Frost. So it's kind of fun when you're sitting here to look at this. So one of my favorite Utah artists is Erin Berrett, and she did this piece right here. What's kind of fun about her artwork is that she only uses a flat brush. They're all different sizes, but they're just short, flat strokes. So it's really cool. And I grew up having a Partridge Family lunchbox, and so did my husband. So we were like, okay, we have to get this painting. This is a painting done from Jordan Daines, and she is another Utah local artist. And it was a gift from my son Sammy for Christmas. And people talk about this hot dog a lot when they come into the bathroom. This one I did on a Saturday morning, and it was just nice and simple, and I wanted something bright and light, and it's just kind of fresh and light, and I've actually had a lot of people love this painting, and another one of those I can't decide whether I want to sell or not. So in our entryway, this painting changes, the space changes a lot. I'll put different works of art here. Right now, this is a watercolor. This tree is called the spider tree, and it's kind of, if you Google it, you'll see lots of pictures taken of this area in southern Utah. And my son actually took the picture, and then I thought it was such a cool tree. I love trees. I love painting clouds and trees. I had to paint the wood. It was pretty cool. These were a gift from Darren for my birthday, and these are also from Erin Berrett. And I love her works and little strokes and how she makes it come alive. It's pretty cool. This has been really fun. I'm excited to show you the upstairs, but I just feel like your house should never be done. I feel like you should always be adding or changing things up. adds a newness, a freshness, and it makes it more fun to live in that space. And so I'm going to be doing a mural in our master bedroom, and we're going to be painting all the walls different, and so I will bring you along for that experience. Stay tuned. Thanks for being here.